people are coming to a store to buy something that we're not even trying to sell. It's like going to, the mini mart to buy tires, and then getting mad at the mini mart because they don't have tires. Your specific tires. It's a bad metaphor. There's a better one there, but you get the point. And so if we come to I'm not trying to meet people's expectations like that. We're just trying to be who we are, love God, love each other, study the word, fellowship with one another, do all the things that help us grow and maintain our closeness with God. And it kind of goes to the way Jesus is out there teaching. So we talked about last week how Matthew had an agenda for writing the book of Matthew. His agenda was to convince the Jews who were anticipating a Messiah that Jesus was the Messiah. Jesus wasn't trying to do that. Jesus was just loving people, right? And I think we can adopt that. Our role isn't to convince anyone of anything. Our job is just to love. And for us to love, we have to be loved. So Jesus deconstructs, in this whole section, he's deconstructing Judaism. And he's picking it apart piece by piece in 11 and 12. And he's showing that the law, the yoke, it's called the yoke of the law, is actually separating you from God. It's actually counterintuitive. It's working against you. And the joy that Jesus is inviting people to is that your yoke, and he says, my yoke is light. When he says my yoke is light, right? The yoke, he's contrasting the fact that trying to obey the law is a heavy yoke, right? So as the yoke is light, what is the yoke that he's inviting us to? And he does this later on in the text, and then in the other Gospels when he's asked what the greatest command is. He's saying, what's the heaviest of all of the yoke? Of all of the law, what's the heaviest? And he says to love God with all you are and to love your neighbor as yourself. So Jesus calls us to love. And that is the fundamental thing. Now, we, in our society today, we have created our own frameworks of what religion is and who God is. We're trying to pin God down with this structure. And we have denominationalism, where apparently we're all using the same source material, yet we have all these different divisions as to whose method is better. And then we focus so much on our methods and our denominational distinctives that we miss out on the unity, the joy of the unity that could be ours if we follow Jesus' lead and boiled it down just to simply receive God's love and share God's love.